Scorpio, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this yourself, then please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. Now, this reading is a little bit different today because the readings recently have been a little bit heavy on the energy. This reading is what is coming up that you're going to be celebrating. So let's get into the spirit. Can we get some more cards on what is coming up for Scorpio in the celebrations? Okay, so we've got home, work and finance, love, self, basically, whatever's going on within yourself, the unexpected and the expected. So at home, this feels like you could be cutting someone out. You've got a King of Swords here. Either cutting somebody out or I want to say maybe I don't know why, but I've got doing decorating in my head. I've got no idea why. Maybe it's because the sword reminded me sometimes of, I don't know, how you have the tools for cutting lines and things. Maybe some of you are doing some home decorating. I feel like you're very much communicating with people in your environment, possibly giving some directions, some orders on certain things. Let's get clarification. Just get one more. Okay. Okay, so I've got a Nine of Wands. So something's been bugging you for a while. It's been annoying you. You've got your guard up. You've been trying to not let it bother you too much. Now, it could also be something where you're trying to keep something from other people. So sometimes, I mean, you can see how you've got the Nine of Wands. He's trying to guard people. Don't let them get past, whatever. Trying to go into his space. But at the same time, it could be that he doesn't want people to break his barriers and get to him. Because at the end of the day, the barriers are behind him. So yeah, it looks like he's guarding himself because he's got this stick in front of him. But what's he guarding himself from? It could very well be that you're trying to guard certain things from other people within your life. Whether that is to do with your home, whether it is that you're guarding your home from people. Maybe you're doing a bit of building work, maybe something's unsafe around your home and you're having to protect your family members and you're rebuilding, for instance, making things safe for them because there could be all sorts of things. Because not only is it you guarding people from things, it could be you protecting them from uh, the unknowns as well. It's like there's a danger there and you're either guarding yourself from a danger or you're protecting others from that kind of danger. Um, and now I feel like that could be to do with you cutting people out as well. Maybe you're guarding yourself from other people. Maybe you are cutting people out that could have a negative effect on your family, your home, on your environment in general. But whatever it is, it does feel like it's been weighing on you for quite some time, and you're just very much trying to be very protective about it. Now, I do have a justice in the reverse, so it's something that you've not been happy with, something or someone that you've not been happy with for a while. Maybe there's something that they've done against yourself, and you just don't feel like it was very fair. I mean, if you're cutting them out from your environment, then, obviously you don't feel like they're very good for you, and they probably have done something that you feel is very unfair. Now, it could be maybe you've not been able to make a decision, like I say, if you're doing decorating, I don't know why that keeps coming into my head. But if you are doing decorating, for instance, it could be that you've just not made a decision for a long time over what to decorate first. Maybe you've got to redo your whole house and you couldn't decide which room to start on. Um, I feel like you've been doing a lot of saving and you are now ready to work on this, move forward, spend money, and spend the time on it as well. So I'm still feeling like it could be home improvements. I don't know why. I just seem to have that in my head for some reason. Um, but it is you actively working on something, trying to make sure that your environment is better, very much trying to make sure that everything is done with expert skill and knowledge as well. Now, this could also be you directing other people to do things, you making sure you're employing the right people to do things and improve your environment. Now, in work and finance, we have this Page of Wands. He's suggesting to me that there is something new that's coming in, potentially something that you've got a lot of energy for, some new ideas, possibly something very creative that is going to happen. Now, it could also indicate a little bit of travel as well. So maybe you're doing a bit of traveling for work. I feel like it's more that you're going to have some new ideas with finance, maybe how to get a new job, maybe how to improve things at work and it leads you to a bonus. I do have a Knight of Cups though here, so you don't 100% trust how to get to it. I've got a Death as well. Let's get one more. And a Knight of Swords. So I feel like this might be a new opportunity actually. You're potentially getting something out that you no longer enjoy it. And it's very much you've potentially completely lost all emotional attachment to something. You don't enjoy it anymore, so you're looking for something new. You then find your new job, which is this Page of Wands. Obviously, you've got that ending, you're closing the door on something old and moving into something new, and you are going to be charging into the new thing with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and pretty fast as well. This Knight of Swords is very much fast incoming energy, or outgoing if you're charging at something, let's face it. So it does feel like you've got some new opportunity that you are going to charge at full speed ahead that is coming in. So obviously that is something that very much that you want to celebrate. Now the temperance we have in your romance or love position. Now, this is very much telling me that you are feeling in balance with your person, that you are at peace with everything that's going on. Now, if you're not with a person, it just suggests that you're in balance on your own at the moment. Potentially you have, you may have healed yourself over past trauma, listening to too many YouTube videos. But yeah, too many traumas. You may have healed from them and now ready to move forward. So I've got a Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So if you did feel like you were abandoned, you're healing from that. Things are starting to look up, starting to improve. You've got people and networks around you. We have a Two of Pentacles. You are juggling things fantastically, getting that home and work life balance in a balance. Now, I do have a Ten of Cups in the reverse. So there are people around you that are not happy about you moving forward and starting to rebalance your life. But, you know, that is something that's on them and it is only going to be short term. So it does look the fact that you're getting things back into, you're balancing back out. You are very much, you've got that support network around you. You are starting to feel like yourself again. You're starting to get things starting to improve. That in itself is something massive to celebrate. Now, whoever this Ten of Cups is, depending on who it is within your family, because don't this Ten of Cups can be family and friends. you know, friends in the family that you choose, somebody's not going to be happy. Now, depending on what it is that's not happy, that could be, I'm going to say, just because they're not happy doesn't mean you can't be happy. It doesn't mean you can't celebrate. It just feels like they are negative Nancy's. And now it could be that you've got children, and obviously, if you're moving forward with a new partner, they obviously may not be very happy if they're still pining for another parent to come back, for instance. If you are within a relationship and you're starting to balance yourself out, it does suggest that your person might not be particularly happy about you being in balance. But I can't see that. I don't feel like it's that. It might be for some of you, but whatever it is, you're seeing it as a win anyway because you're balanced out. It could be maybe you start dating somebody that a friend or a sibling wanted to get together with, and they're not happy about that. Might be a little bit of rivalry going on there, and because you're winning in it, giving yourself something to celebrate over there, they might be trying to ruin your parade. But whoever this Ten of Cups is, I don't think it's something that you need to worry about too long, I'll be honest, because you're completely balanced, you're in harmony, and if they aren't happy for you, let them go with love and light. Obviously, if it's children, you don't want to do that if it's your children, but they'll, they'll get round to it. They'll get round to it, they'll warm round to it. It could just be that you've got maybe an ex that's still in your energy is seeing you start to blossom and move forward and balance yourself out, and it could be them that are jealous. Now, what have you got to celebrate that's coming in within yourself? I've got a Nine of Wands. So, very much standing up for yourself, keeping your boundaries high. That is something that you celebrate in. Perhaps in the past you let people walk all over your boundaries, and that could be why over here in this home environment that you're seeing it as being a success, because it isn't always a bad thing to have boundaries and keep them, you know? And I feel like you keeping your boundaries up in a certain circumstance is going to be something that you find really satisfactory and big celebration. Perhaps it's doing something to do with, something that you've done in the past, whatever this trauma is, you know, you've potentially learnt from it and moving forward from it. So I've got a Six of Cups here. So potentially keeping your boundaries up because of things from the past, memories that keep reoccurring, potentially happy memories. Maybe you've got an idea of how you want things to be. It does feel to me like you've been going over and over and over it in your head a lot. I've got an Eight of Swords in the reverse, but you are freeing yourself up from that thinking. You are very much letting yourself move forward now. I do have a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, so it does suggest that you feel like you're not 100% sure how to move forward from it. And you might not necessarily feel comfortable in your own skin with standing up for yourself. And I feel that's very much why this is a success for you. This Queen of Pentacles she's lacking a little bit of confidence, and she's been worried a lot about home. Sometimes she doesn't necessarily have great home life. And it feels to me like you might be a little bit worried about rocking that boat, but you're standing up for yourself. You're keeping your boundaries in place. You're keeping your standards high. And that's not a bad thing. I think that if there is any worry here, it's not anything you need to worry about. I feel like it's very much just what you've been overthinking. And I think with this celebration, you're learning that you're doing it to yourself, and that thinking about stuff from in the past, it's not going to help you live in the now. It's going to keep you stuck. Maybe you lost a home previously in the past because of somebody. I'm not sure, but you do seem to, from what I can see, from what this looks like, it feels like you're realizing that you're keeping yourself stuck in the past and it's not helping you move forward. So you're putting up boundaries with yourself, keeping those boundaries up with yourself to stop you from keep living in the past, is what it feels like. Now, in the unexpected, I've got the moon here. So maybe there's something going on in your dreams that you're not aware of. Or maybe you are aware of it, but it's what's unexpected. So there's something potentially hidden from you. Maybe you're getting intuitive dreams to tell you about it, but you're not necessarily paying attention to them. So I've got a chapter coming to an end, some sort of cycle or ending. Oh, Eight of Wands, communication. What's next? And Four of Pentacles. So it feels to me like something you've been trying to close out for a while. It does look like it's trying to close. You've got someone coming along to talk to you about holding on, potentially building something more stable here as well. Maybe there's somebody that you've been holding on to, or someone's been holding on to you, and they're very much coming forward to have some communication with you. And you're seeing it as a big success. So I don't know what that communication is. It feels like it's something you need to close out a particular chapter. Maybe it's an apology, maybe it's some sort of reconciliation attempt, an explanation. Possibly it's just finding out somebody's feelings. Now, it could be a move as well, because that Eight of Wands can also represent a move. The World can represent a move too. Um, Maybe there's been talks of moving, you don't necessarily want to move. Somebody else is adamant they're going to move, but you might be holding your ground. And it could be very much that unseen is that the communication comes along and it allows you to choose what you need to so that you can build that stability. But it does feel like something is going to be illuminated, something that you weren't aware of, and it is going to cause you some celebration. And it is all to do with the closing of a chapter. Now, what you are expecting, I've got the Hangman. So you are expecting, I don't know whether it's to say hesitation or to be seeing something from someone else's perspective. What's this Hangman spirit? So I feel like you've been with this Hangman, what you're expecting. Maybe you've stopped, you've been looking at things from different perspectives. You've been potentially analysing your choices that you've got in front of you. It looks to me like you're going to have made a choice. You know what it is that you want. You know what it is that's good for you. You're walking away from old things that you may have already started putting time and energy into that aren't paying off at all. Any stress and anxiety about moving away from things or having too many choices, you're coming out of that because it looks as though you're making that choice. And there is some competition going on. but it looks to me like it's competition you feel that you'll be successful at. And the fact that you've made that choice and you are making an effort to go towards it is what you're going to be celebrating. So coming out of being stuck because of too many options, very much making that choice and moving towards it. Right, let's get you some Moonology cards to see if we can get any timings on when any of this is going to happen for you. You want some more cards, please, Spirit? Just half of the deck that just knocked off with my hand. So I'm going to take the top one because that's what I take. So we've got adjustments are required, third quarter moon. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. And time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So two of these suggesting it could be any time within the month. And other than that, we've got a full moon in Aries and a full moon in Taurus. So keep an eye out on those because I think if we've just had, no, I think they're both coming up soon. Right, that is what I have got for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you very much for joining me, and good